watching Buzz with Jess Lujan.
We're back with a brother and sister, of course, Monsignor James Beneventi. We have Peter here and Mary here tonight. And thank you again for accepting my invite to come and talk about the situation. Mary, also, you know, before we went on the break, we're talking about this must be deeper rooted. I was reading basically on Jungle Watch, the blog, that Monsignor James was approached at one point, and I think it's even the financial experts that said that he was approached to turn over basically the property up in Jonia. I call it Escuelang Pali or preschool, right?
Yeah.
And that up in Jonia. And he was one of the people that didn't want to do that. It was the property of the Archdiocese. And his financial team as well said he led that fight in not to turn over this to that, because it's people from off island that own that. Now, that facility up there is known to produce, I guess, priests that's subscribed to the neo-catechumenal way. Now, a lot of our priests out here, local priests that were schooled other than the Jonia facility, don't subscribe to the neo-catechumenal way. Your letter also said that there's been a big division. I feel it as well. I'm not a
There's
the
definitely
neo,
a
yeah.
division.
And it seemed to me that it's starting to be a clearer picture now. Father Paul Gelfingen was not a neo priest. Father James Beneventi, Monsignor James Beneventi, adheres to the teaching of the Catholic Church, not something that another guy from another country came up with, basically. And so he was subscribing to that. Didn't want to, again, abolish the teachings, really, that we all grew up with. And he went to school to reteach the people, the people. So that is what I hear caused the faction, because, as you said in the letter, he looked up, Monsignor James looked up to the Archbishop as a father.
He did.
And he would be at family functions, and the bishop called, I gotta go, the bishop is calling,
Yeah.
Archbishop's calling.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. I mean, you know, he looked up to the Archbishop. You know, he had such high respect for him. And even if we're at functions at my mom's house, you know, we do that every Sunday. And, you know, James, his whole 20 years, he's been busy. He loved the church, and, you know, he's so committed to the church. And he wanted to do everything, you know, to please the Archbishop, I could say. And,
Sure.
you know, when he comes to the house, really, he's there to rest because he's working so hard. And, you know,
Well, you know, the other thing that I wanted to add to that was that this division, really, what you referred to about Monsignor James being removed, being the catalyst for this division. You know, I think that the division has been occurring for
It's
many
been there,
years.
sure.
And I think it's really the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, you know, Monsignor has been so dedicated, like what Mary said. I mean, since we were kids, I remember, you know, when we're calling for him, and he's not there. We know exactly where he's at.
He's at the church.
He's at the
across the street
church, you know.
with Monsignor Zwilo or Father
sure.
Juan. But he has really dedicated his life to the church, and you know, it's not that particular event. I think that was the catalyst. To me, it was really more of a vindictive act on the part of the Archdiocese to take him out because of his refusal to accept what the Archdiocese Financial Committee, Finance Council was supposed to. So it's really a sad testimonial because it's really divided.
Now, you sent this letter. You wrote the letter out. I wrote the letter the 25th, I think, of August. It was received and stamp received by the Chancellery's office on the 5th of September. Have you gotten a reply back from the Chancellery, from the Archbishop? Nothing at all.
In fact, ever since he's been removed, he has not even seen the Archbishop. But we just, you know, all these allegations, you know.
So,
You know,
so
what
has
is it? What does
has
he
the
want?
Monsignor got even a call from the Archbishop and say, hey, you know, let's sit down. You know, I mean, this is going a little bit too far. Maybe even on both sides. I mean, is there any call to?
No calls.
Really?
Not that we're aware
okay.
of. I think that you know, that's what the Monsignor wants, to get that call. I mean, I received a message from him just today, and I can tell that he's really kind of hurt, and you know, his routine has changed so much that it has affected him quite a bit.
Well, don't get me wrong. We welcome him into Muni. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So welcome him into
Oh
Muni.
no,
I think anywhere he goes,
Yeah,
that's it's the church. He loves the church.
That's right. No, but I mean, again, with that, you know, even a reply, his day to state his side along with the financial team to talk about really the accusation or not, because at some point it's supposed to be, that's why it's removed, at some point it's not.
Yeah.
So really,
Which one is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
what is it? Yeah, it's got to be.
Everybody wants to know. I mean, we sure want to know. I mean, we're just so frustrated.
So how is he doing as a human being? Okay, let's put away Father and Monsignor. How is he doing as a human being? This must be devastating.
It's rough. It's tough.
This is his life.
Hanging in there, yes.
Yeah,
and,
this is the life.
You know, first he's our brother.
Sure. I believe me. I mean, you know, this is. What would you like to talk to the Archbishop? What would you like him to do, or what would be the right thing to do in your eyes? Talk to him. He's watching.
You know, James is our brother. We love him very much, and you know, I just want him to know how we feel as a family. I mean, you know, I think I can speak for my brothers and my mom. You know, I wake up every morning and, you know, I feel sick in my stomach and this ache in my heart. You know, 'cause, you know, we're a small family, but we're very close. And, you know, if one of us hurts, we all feel it, you know. And it's not just us. It's not just us. It's, you know, there's so many people that are hurt. You know, so many people, you know, call us from everywhere, from the States, our families from the States, our friends, and, you know, email messages, text messages, Facebook messages, and, you know, what can we do? Nobody, you know, everybody's like, we don't believe what's happening, you know, and we just want it to end, do something, you know. I mean, we can't. My mom is going to be 88 in a couple of weeks, you know, and this is, you know, she loves to read the newspaper and the Matuna, and, you know, we can't take that away from her. And, you know, she opens it up, and, you know, of course she sees the news, and, you know, we're worried about that.
Well, how did you feel when you opened up last Sunday's Matuna and the Archbishop wrote about, you know, the brother who again, maybe we're not getting along with, and you have to go above and beyond to do what you need to do to come together again. And I'm going, when I read that, I about puked. I said, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Or are you talking to yourself?
Yeah, do what you say.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, and this is not, again, we're talking about Monsignor James. It's not Monsignor James's neighbor or someone that has some ill feelings towards him. This is his Archbishop. This is his Archbishop that has accused him for something and said, at least give me an opportunity to plead my case. And because you're accusing me of some things that are so wrong.
Yeah.
And it's as easy as picking up the phone, or, you know, I know the Archbishop's got a nice car. I mean, I know at least he can get from the Chancery office to the Mooning. I mean, I know he can make it in that way. It's a pretty new car. So, I mean, they at least, can we meet? Can we talk?
Right.
Can we hash this out?
Talk in private,
Yeah,
or, you know, just,
let's talk as men. Let's talk as human beings.
you know,
Let's put our titles away.
Like if he's like going to be like a father, you know,
Sure,
like, you know,
sure,
teacher, son.
sure.
I mean, if he really, you know, I mean, tell me what I need to do to make it right, if that's what you want. But, you know, I mean, it's just, you know, he was down at the cathedral, you know, for 20 years. And that was his home for 20 years. And, you know, he was given one day to move out. And
now let me ask you this, because of the accusations, knowing your brother, okay, knowing your brother, do you think your brother again, mismanage the funds down there?
Absolutely
No
not.
way. There is not.
Absolutely not. You know, he, one thing that over the years that he has been a priest, but also the rector of the Agana Basilica, he has this special natural skill about him to bring together the right kind of people to
Yes.
take care of certain aspects. I mean,
And he's done that.
You watch the
Yes.
transformation of the cathedral and even the cemetery during his period
Oh, yeah,
of
sure,
overseas.
sure.
You know, and it's really that skill that he has, and for him to be treated that way, to be booted out on you know, summarily like that was it was so hurtful.
Very.
And I think that, you know, the remedy for this really is for the bishop to really bring the family of the Catholic together.
Sure.
You know, this divisiveness has to end. He needs to settle his feelings towards Monsignor James.
Sure.
You know, so
And
there's-
Father Paul as well.
and Father Paul as well. Absolutely,
Yes.
he needs to bring. He needs to heal our
He needs-
Catholic
yeah.
community.
And because it's not just that. I mean, and again, Monsignor James and Father Paul represent a whole lot of people. Okay, just the other day, my sister has a son that's going to CCD. One of the first things she said, "I'm telling the CCD, are they neos or not? Are they neos? Because if they are, I don't want to send them there."
Or you know,
That's divisive.
That's
Divisive.
that's the division that,
Yeah.
that I think is occurring in our
that's right.
community, and really, you know, the bishop needs to open his eyes and see what's happening,
That's right.
because all that's happening is really polarizing our community.
Big
and,
time.
You know, and
Big
it's embarrassing to the non-Catholic. I mean, us as Catholics, to, you know, the Protestant, the Christians, they watch this and they're probably laughing at
Yes.
what's going on, and it's so.
Says your demise is our gain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,